Greetings, I am Lies.
And I am Scandal.
And let's play a game together.
Yes.
That! Except for the interesting thing about it is both of them have periods and neither have exclamation points. So your big capital
So it's
that.
oh, that.
Like
Yeah.
this. It's very dispassionate but strong. Like, oh, that. Like, I don't even know how to. I'm going to get really loud but be dispassionate. That.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's kind of interesting. Like, just grammatically, I would put an exclamation point in there with that amount of full-on capitals. Unless THAT is like, thought, it's an acronym for something.
No. I
That
appreciate
hoe around there.
Oh, yes. Begone thought.
But it's still too early. I know nothing about her or her schedule or her habits, but I assume, like any good growing and recovering individual, that she sleeps in the mornings.
Especially, like, with that many drugs.
And, with
And
her
her
special
rockin' bod.
condition and how the drugs are making her body amazing. Because, it's really important to remember. Why are we doing this before breakfast?
Yeah,
you don't know. So you don't want to go?
What? Are we gonna go have breakfast with her?
I don't know.
What
I'm
the
just
fuck are
like,
we doing?
this is so weird to have Miki come in and be like, Rena scheduled a thing with you, which not only was I eavesdropping for, but I then helped her plan or encouraged her to do overall or whatever. Louisa going, maybe we should be involved when they're around each other. I kind of walked in on this thing yesterday.
It was great.
So it's probably a really good idea that we just sort of are there when Mister's around, Rena.
For you.
How should I answer that? Oh my God, this is a choice.
What? It's a
This
choice?
is a choice. Bringing Rena into our room is not a choice, but this is a choice. Oh my God. I'm tired. I'm disheveled. I'm unorganized. I just woke up and got yelled at. And now it's, I want to spend more time with you.
Or
Miki.
Or let's just immediately go see Rena.
Let's go see Rena. Freaking hell.
Oh my God.
Miki, you came in here to go to Okay,
This
what
is
would Mr. do? Okay? So there is a level of, like, I feel like Mr. is really just set off in this case of going, this is unexpected and weird, but not like a level of going, I'm so happy Miki's here. Like, I didn't get that response from him, and I didn't get any level of, like, excitement in the dialogue of going, wow, Miki's in my room. It was more like, when did Miki get here?
Again, like, to me, I'm going, really, it sounds like they went, oh God, we're suddenly more and more aware as we're going along that we're going to be putting this in front of people and going, you should have a child, which I'm never going to let go, romance an adult career woman.
Which is, again,
like,
fine. Do whatever you want in your fiction.
Yeah.
But it's an interesting premise for, like, a mainstream game.
It kind of is. But also then again, for them to basically try to drop their own premise and try to aggressively shove you towards somebody who, within the context of the game, as far as I can tell, isn't a nurse.
Is not a nurse and is potentially closer to your age. Though, in either direction, who knows?
Who has any idea?
I feel like Mr. was blindsided here and was just surprised by wait, what? And so he would just go with Rena. I don't think he would be even thinking...
Miki.
Go to Rena is
right,
what I meant.
okay.
Go to Mina.
Yeah.
To Rena. I
Mina.
was Mina. Squished together, Miki and Rena, and you got
Mina!
Yay! The fourth romance option, the mysterious Mina. Oh.
Mina, baby, Mina.
All right, anyway, so I feel like he would just be like, sure, take me to Rena, because he seems disoriented.
Yeah.
He seems like,
That makes total sense to me, because he's made a lot of really hasty decisions where we've been like, what the fuck? Where are you coming from?
That aren't very well thought out, and that really aren't like and they aren't like I had a prior intention or that I knew what I wanted. They're really just reactive in the moment.
Yes.
So I think this fits well. All right, sure, take me to Rena. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
They did it again!
Miki assists me to my wheelchair.
Says Miki.
Says Miki. Miki says, Miki assists me to my wheelchair. Her, as she's helping you, Miki assists me to my wheelchair. You. Huh? What?
Miki?
Miki, are you
Honey?
okay?
She's like, I've had so much Red Bull, I have wings!
You know what? I stayed up working all night long.
I've got teeth for wings!
I can see the music. You into your wheelchair. It puts the lotion on its skin. Or else it gets the chair again. Wait, I feel like that's a misquotation. Hi, mister.
How are you?
Whoa.
Please
All right.
don't.
Miki assists me to my wheelchair.
Hi.
Aren't I supposed to eat breakfast first?
Now we care about breakfast?
Since I haven't been eating most of this entire experience in the hospital. And I feel like recovery requires, a good breakfast because, as a strapping lad that I am, I should be eating several dozen eggs in the morning to keep up my size.
And then I got large as a bar.
When I was a lad, I ate 4 dozen lads every morning to help me get lads.
And that's why we broke.
Yeah.
How could you?
That's why we broke up. And now I'm roughly the size of a lad. Okay, so there's this ridiculous edit of this Gaston song that really does just cut in different words everywhere, and both of us find it really stupidly funny. Like, it wears on you after a minute because it's a little bit repetitive, but roughly the size of a lad is just a fabulous line in there, and I love it.
And it's all just about lads.
It's just great.
Gaston is a
There's
lad.
a lot of Gaston and lads going on. It's fine.
Pretty good, actually.
But I was just like, they haven't mentioned food hardly ever in this game. It's been chocolate with Rena. And that's pretty much been the food.
That's food. And now bean juice.
And bean juice.
I will never put it down.
Goddess bean juice. I'm sorry.
Breezy bean juice.
All right, so here we go. There's plenty of food where you're going.
Here you go, mister. We've served up a dish, all these naked people with food on top of them.
Oh, God.
Here you go, mister.
Wow.
I can't do anything, Rena. I love this.
This is so nice. It's like that one time on MTV where they had the sushi buffet on a person. It's just that good.
It's so tasty.
Which confused the hell out of me when I was young and I saw it and I was like, what is this?
I remember seeing that. Like, explaining that to people is one of those experiences where you're just like, there's food just sort of on a person. And you just eat it off the person.
And that's a thing.
And that's what we're doing.
You don't say. Food, huh? Like where I'm going. There'll be food. So I don't have to eat breakfast, which is food. Because there'll be food there, huh? But not a question, just Like I understand that. Food. Miki pushes me out of the room.
Well, I love
as I contemplate food,
I want some fucking restaurant somewhere just to be named, and it's a stupid edgy restaurant where they're just like, food,
I think that would be amazing.
It's those stupid themed restaurants. So there's a thing that I've been annoyed about in regards to like there was a place that we lived where like I appreciate that the food was good, but what bothered me as an American was that I was just kind of like, your food is like this big. And they were like, they're not, what do they call? They're not like themed restaurants, but they're a specific type of like experience restaurant where you're
like
just
a concept restaurant.
It's a concept restaurant, and you're just like, why the fuck do you exist? You're like, you have this much food and it's $85. You know, and you're like,
it's
why?
Tiny little piece of food. It's super expensive. And you're just like, fascinating. I don't know. Anyway, I was like, I have been for one of my good friends' graduation parties to a restaurant that had very, very tiny portions for things. And it was not something I was paying for because that is not in my bracket, but it was what his family was paying for.
Right.
And then it was one of those things of just going, the food was really good.
Yeah.
But it was just like, I am not accustomed to tiny little portions as, one of those spoiled Americans who usually just shoves a massive freaking meal into my face and then is like, 3,000 calories in one sitting and then I won't eat for a week. It's great.
But also you had being poor too.
I had being poor. I was gonna say, but there's this level of just like a lot of in my life of eating like a massively huge meal when the food's available and then not eating for 6 to 8 hours kind of thing.
So if you don't know exactly what a concept restaurant is, that's okay. I don't either. It's a weird thing that like has popped up in the US, and some people have actually claimed that concept restaurants are literally for people who have nothing better to do with their money.
Yeah.
They are there literally to have the experience, the concept of the broad, amazing environment and food and wine, but
or the concept restaurant of all all the food's puree. The concept restaurant of it's a hibachi grill that's done right in front of you. But usually they're like higher, more deliberate concepts. The concept restaurant of whatever. But basically it's sort of like a high level thematic experience, a concept restaurant.
Yeah.
There might be an actual like definition of it, but at any rate, it's one of those interesting experiences.
All right. A restaurant concept is the overall idea or theme that defines the restaurant. Concepts include your menu's design, service style, dining room decor, and of course, the style of food.
So a maid cafe is a concept restaurant. I would say, but food, would make a great name. Like, it's just like, food, And I think it would just feel so relatable. And it'd be great if it was one of those places that was sort of like a low budget concept where you walk in and it's clearly a whole ass distinctive environment.
Right.
But it's like normal people prices instead of upper echelons prices.
Yeah.
Like some of the cafes that are themed, in other countries, specifically like in Japan and stuff, are the prices for the masses, basically. It's like a regular fast food kind of place in some of them.
Yeah.
And I like that idea because in America, all the concept restaurants that I've encountered are, again, for those
really
people that are just there, that just need another way to spend money.
Right, and we also, so like the ones that I'm specifically really thinking about is when both of us actually lived in a different town in Colorado, but it was super expensive and there are a lot of wealthy people who live in that area, and they were like, yeah, there are a ton of millionaires that live around here, and I was just like, and you literally have nothing else better to do than to fucking go from one concept restaurant to another, like, let alone all the beer tours and the wine tours.
Miki pushes me out of the room into the hallway. Now remember, the person you're going to meet inside, she's one of the nicest people in the world.
What?
Wait.
What's going
Hang
on?
The person you're going to meet inside is a question all by itself. The person you're going to meet inside, she's one of the nicest people in the world.
What's going on? Why are we having this repetition of this experience?
One, is this supposed to be like, I think you've been an asshole to Rena and you need to treat her better?
Maybe.
Like, is that what that is? Because I don't think this is I assume you've never met her before. I don't think this is a fallback that far.
Do you know what this reminds me of?
What?
In fan fiction, where the author is clearly writing for a specific couple, but you have a weird, love triangle thing going on, but the other people are really trying really hard to get that person to end up with somebody else, where you're just like, why?
Okay.
And like all the other characters are basically trying to ship you or ship that character that's the main character you're following
with the other person,
and it's really fucking weird.
I can see this being a shipping thing of going, I'm trying to point you toward this person, but that just feels really unusual.
This is really fucking strange.
Make sure you think before you speak. And this seems like a real admonishment. And this does sound like basically Louisa went, so this sort of fascinating thing happened. But this also could be Miki going, I heard how you treated Ken and those other boys in your room, and you basically are an asshole when you're not, thoughtful. So I assume that you could also be aggressive with Rena, which doesn't make any sense because the context is completely separate.
Well, and it's also like Miki
like
hasn't really been around us all that much, and I'm just, like, for me, I'm insulted. Like,
they've told Mister, you're the nicest person, you're the coolest patient. Why would there be this?
Yeah, this doesn't make any sense to me.
So yeah, this feels insulting towards Mister of going, I'm going to try and coach you on your behavior to make sure you'll be appropriate.
Now again, we both have also, though, complained like we can't trust the main character here because the main character has basically been, as far as we can tell, been an aggressive liar or just will not share information, and you feel almost like you're fighting with the main character here.
And is certainly allowed to be a compulsive liar.
Yeah.
That is certainly one way to play them. And so maybe it is a level of going, you shouldn't be lying to the nicest person in the world, even if we can handle it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Act the best version of yourself. You got that?
All right, so I gotta also tell you, okay, so that reminds me really aggressively where people are just like, I just don't understand. There was this person that I dated, and they were so amazing, and then we got married, and then I was like, who the fuck did I marry? And you're like, what happened was that person was on display for you and trying to perform, and then as soon as you got married, you finally found out who they were because they were acting, because that's how you get married.
They were on their best behavior all the time, which isn't the full range of their personality at all, and isn't a complete expression of who they are, and you cannot act for the rest of your life.
Nope.
Kind of thing. Or if you do, it's just not going to be fulfilling for you. And it's frustrating for me when they're always like, put your best foot forward for dates. It's like, try to be yourself.
Just try to be
Like,
yourself.
I appreciate that you may want to be like, I want to be impressive and interesting and essentially get my foot in the door. But, like, there's a level of trying to backpedal from I was super amazing and absolutely idealized the first couple of times we met or through the entire, like, first date or experience, and then trying to figure out how much to try and bring in or introduce your actual self.
Right.
Like, I'm not good at pretending anyway for any self-serving purpose. Like, I'm just not.
Yeah.
Like, I can act under the context of, like, this is a job for acting.
Yeah.
But not in the sense of, like, you're trying to get somewhere with someone for reasons. That's never made any sense to me. I'm an extremely, almost like compulsively honest person.
Yeah.
And I don't get it.
Well, I mean, there's also that thing, though, too, sometimes where you're like, I'm just trying to appease to you or appeal to you. You can really basically, like, walk yourself into a corner where a lot of people are really like, what's your problem? And why are you so tired? And what's
The
your
people
issue?
pleaser kind of thing. And you can
Yeah.
wear yourself out and you can also become contradictory yourself if you're just trying to be whatever you think they want.
Yeah.
Sounds like I'm about to meet the president or something. We said that out loud. Okay. She's miles better than the president. Why, you already, okay, now this is going on a little too long. Almost like she thinks we haven't met Rena before? Or are we meeting someone new in Rena's room and that's the surprise?
This is like,
You've already told us that Rena's the best person in the whole wide world, one of the nicest people we're ever going to meet no matter how long we live.
The selling here is so weird to me.
It is weird. And going, is there something special about her room? With that, Miki pushes me not into Rena's room, into her bedroom. She doesn't have a hospital room. She has a bedroom. Miki pushes me into Rena's bedroom. There's actually a mock house here, and Rena lives here. Bye now! And then she leaves you alone.
What?
That is super weird. I am deeply confused.
On?
She leaves.
I remain in the hallway.
She shoves me in there, but I nonetheless remain in the hallway, and then she leaves, and I have to get myself into the room. I look around the room. There's a huge-ass window and a hospital bed.
And a fridge!
And a really big fridge. That's not even a mini fridge. That's just a small fridge.
That is a large fridge.
I mean, like, it's a little smaller than, like, your standard kitchen fridge, but it's not a mini fridge. It's still just, it's still in normal fridge dimensions. Do we have one of those in our room, too? And it has a freezer? What the hell are we using the freezer for? Oh, my God. Rena is fast asleep in her bed. Why the hell did you bring me in her room while she's sleeping?
Oh, my God!
This is so uncomfortable.
What the fuck?
I carefully wheel myself out of the room. Immediately.
Like,
there will be plenty of food where you're going, and by that I mean you're going to eat a sleeping child.
I'm so glad you went there, because I was like, and now we've gone to the cannibalist narrative. Hello, Rena. You look like food, Rena. My body is prepared. My body is ready.
For it to be literal food.
It's okay.
When she says it's doing wonders for my body, what she means is I am a snack. And I mean that in the literal cannibalistic kind of way.
Mister.
Whoa.
What?
Why am I here anyway? Thank you, because we are confused. So it's nice that you're joining us.
Thanks
Rena
for once.
Is sleeping. We're going to meet a person. And we're just going to talk in this room with this person while Rena's sleeping. Well, it's Irma. What?
Why, hello there, young man.
Young man.
You're a man and you're young. I said, young man.
My name's Irma. Oh, son. What's your name? Why don't you tell me now?
It's home.
Yeah. She just came out of nowhere. That's interesting. I looked around the entire room. All I noticed was Rena sleeping, and then a person appears. Poof! Did she walk out of the bathroom, maybe?
Maybe.
And I went, that's part of the room, right? Hello, ma'am. I try to say quietly, even though she just shouted at me, because Rena is in fact sleeping. Hi? Is this a surprise? Rena going, I don't care if I'm sleeping or not. The surprise is that you're going to get to meet somebody. What is this? She reminds me of my grandma. We have a family. Canonically, Mr. now has a family. That's it. They now need to function as though he has a family. And that is just it. All right, guys. So we're about to get into something here. So we're going to be reminded of our grandma in the next one. Oh my God. Holy crap, dude.
So if you like what we do, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and also please feel free to share our videos if you're having a good time, because holy shit, what is this turning into?
I don't know.
Other than that, though, also if you want to support us more directly, please feel free to go check out our Ko-Fi or Patreon. We got some links in the description down below. And I have been Scandal.
And I don't know what we're doing. And I have been Lies.
And it was great playing with you. Bye!